So we can see the anatomy of this right now. We have, right here, we have our crown molding. Here we have our fascia board. And underneath where we did the scarf joint is going to be our soffit that runs all the way down the bottom there. Fascia board runs down and the top molding there meets the roof. And then around we have the return that has to be done as well. So all those pieces I want to get fabricated, primed, and ready to be installed on top here. For the fascia board and the soffit, I'm going to be using pine. And for the crown molding, I had a few options. These are two examples of crown molding pieces that I've had. They're just laying around here. One is walnut, and I have probably about 20 feet of this crown molding. And this one is white oak, and I probably have about 100 feet of this. So the way these things work are, we have a 90-degree angle. The crown molding is going to go in there, and it's going to sit against here and also against the top. So this is a 45-degree angle here that we're making. So these are the two that I have, and here is the profile of the crown molding that's on the building right now. So it's a little bit different than what we're looking at here. I went ahead and made a small little block to show you exactly what that looks like. So here's the crown molding that we're using. Right there. And that lines up with what there is. I just traced that and then used a straight edge to get the areas that were all rotted out to show what it would look like if it wasn't all rotted. So at that point, I decided, well, I have some very thick Spanish cedar in the other room, and Spanish cedar is a very good exterior wood. So I drew that profile, and I'll grab that and put it in front here so I can show you what that is. I drew the profile on the end of this piece here. So you can see that I still have an area to take out here. 45-degree angle cut there, a 45-degree angle cut there. And I removed all of this using multiple passes with a router bit. And you can see here that all the edges that are on there, okay? These edges then, through a combination of a cabinet scraper to take off the high spots here, and 80 grit sandpaper to remove some more of those flutes there, I can get to a pretty nice round here. This is a weird curve on this, so I had to go with the router instead of using a cove cutting setup on the table saw. This cove here on this one example, you can see is like a perfect radius there. So in that case, I would have used the table saw. It would have made a whole lot more sense. The setup that we're using here was a series of cuts made with a radius bit there on the router, and I just adjusted the fence back and adjusted the height of this probably 6 times to take out that portion that I wanted to take out. So that has to be cleaned up. The 45s are going to be cut on the table saw, and then this profile will match exactly what is existing out there on the crown molding. So that'll be one of the pieces that I have to have here, and that'll be a piece that I also prime all the way up again. These also pieces for the corners here will be ones that I prime all the way. So I have a few more pieces to make. I have to make another fascia board, and I have to make a soffit yet, and then this crown molding, and then we're going to be putting it up.